Out here, silence kills faster than claws. In the golden silence of the steppe, something moved too small to hear, too faint to see. No scent, just shadows and a lingering unease in the tall grass. Predators usually announce themselves. This guy doesn't. It doesn't charge. It vanishes, then strikes. But peace is a promise the hunter never made, and its journey is about to begin. Welcome to wild savannah, the savage footsteps of a lone hunter. Arena of silence. At first light, the African savannah appears almost peaceful, bathed in gold, softened by mist. But this beauty is a lie told by the morning. Beneath the stillness lies a brutal truth. This is a land forged by hunger, ruled by teeth, and governed by silence. Here, nothing comes easy. A newborn impala must stand within minutes or be claimed by jaws it never saw coming. A young lion, too slow to learn the art of dominance, fades before its roar is ever heard. Even the mighty elephants with memories older than the winds must cross scorched plains in search of vanishing water. Each life is a wager, and the odds are rarely fair. The grass hides more than shade. It hides intent, strategy, shadows with breath and purpose. This is not a sanctuary. It's an arena, ancient and unyielding. Every footstep is a choice between caution and hunger. And beneath this quiet war, something moves alone, deliberate, unseen. It doesn't rule. It doesn't chase glory. It exists to end things. A presence older than the roar of lions, sharper than a hyena's scream. It doesn't disturb the grass, it owns the silence. But something far more dangerous, certainty with claws. Here, survival isn't earned. It's taken clean, sudden without apology. The perfect biological weapon, nature's harshest arenas operate on a single unforgiving logic: adapt or perish. Survival is not a prize. It is a verdict delivered daily. In this crucible, every muscle, every sense, every instinct is sculpted by the relentless pressure of necessity. And in this grand, brutal design, one creature emerges as a masterwork of adaptation. The leopard. Its body is an ambush mechanism. Beneath the dappled coat, long, powerful muscles lie in wait. Not the bulky mass of a brawler, but the dense elastic fiber of a sprinter, primed for a single shattering burst of acceleration. Every line of its form, from the low-slung shoulders to the long, balancing tail, is engineered to convert silent stillness into explosive force in the space of a heartbeat. Its coat works in perfect alliance with the landscape. The iconic rosettes are not mere patterns, they are instruments of illusion. They function as disruptive camouflage, creating visual noise that breaks up the leopard's outline. As it moves through dappled light, it ceases to be a solid object, dissolving instead into a collection of disconnected shapes. Its weaponry is a product of perfect adaptation, equally suited for killing and holding fast. The claws can extend for use and retract for protection. Forged from dense keratin and honed to a razor's edge, they can be extended in a fraction of a second to anchor it to a tree trunk or lock onto fleeing prey. Tucked away in protective sheaths of skin and fur, they are shielded from wear, ensuring they are always at peak sharpness. This mechanism serves two masters. It allows for the cushioned, utterly silent footfall of a ghost and the instantaneous deployment of a warrior's blades. One of the leopard's greatest strengths lies in its unmatched ability to stay concealed, allowing it to stalk prey within striking distance. before revealing its power. As daylight fades, the leopard's world sharpens into focus. Behind its retina, a mirrored layer. The tapetum lucidum acts as a light amplifier, capturing and reflecting every available photon. This grants it a vision that transforms the deep gloom of night into a detailed, functional landscape, rich with contrast and movement invisible to other eyes. Its hearing operates with the precision of a military-grade sensor. Each ear, a finely tuned parabolic dish, can pivot independently through 180 degrees, triangulating the source of the faintest sound, the rustle of a single leaf, the nervous twitch of a hidden animal with pinpoint accuracy. Its olfactory sense is so acute, it can detect and interpret the day's events in a single breath, decoding complex scent trails to build a three-dimensional map of its world. This map reveals not just the location of prey, but its species, its direction of travel, and even its state of alert. It tells of the recent passage of rivals and the lingering shadow of danger. This is not simply a collection of superior traits. It is an integrated system of sensory and physical adaptations, combining stealth strength and exceptional perception. Every element works in concert, processing millions of pieces of data to inform a single lethal decision. In the leopard, nature has crafted more than just a predator. It has perfected the art of the unseen kill. Dance of death. With every advantage on its side, the leopard is a master of patience, turning stillness into its most lethal weapon. A test of endurance stretched across hours, lying low in the grass, body pressed to earth, breath shallow. It becomes part of the landscape itself, motionless, unreadable, invisible. The prey may not know it is being watched, but the leopard already knows everything: the wind's direction, the curve of the terrain, the rhythm of each bite of grass. On these plains, the herds are most often impala. Slender antelope built for speed and vigilance. They are among the most abundant prey in Africa, but also among the hardest to capture. An impala can leap over 10 meters in a single bound and clear heights of 3 meters, scattering in coordinated bursts to confuse pursuit. Their survival depends on sharp senses and instant reaction, not on strength. And then the stillness breaks. Each step is calculated, closing the distance in silence so precise that even the grass seems unsure it was disturbed. The final approach is not a chase, but a countdown, every muscle holding on the edge of eruption. On the open grass, a herd of impala grazes ears, flicking with every whisper of the wind. Safety lies in numbers, yet even in groups, they are never beyond reach. From below, the leopard advances, slow, deliberate eyes fixed on its mark. The impala senses an unease ripple through the herd. They freeze, testing the air for a danger they cannot yet see. But the choice is already made. For one impala, a single misstep will mean the end. Then, without warning, the predator launches. A sudden burst across the grass collapses the distance in heartbeats. Claws grip, jaws clamp tight over the muzzle, cutting off breath, silencing the struggle. Within seconds, it is over. The savannah returns to silence. This is the ecology of fear. The leopard does not simply take lives, it reshapes behavior. It carves patterns into the savannah. Defining where herds will move and where they will not. Without lifting a claw, it redraws the map of life itself. It is more than a predator. It is a force of fear, a shadow whose presence alone reshapes reality. Spoils and thieves of the wild, for the leopard victory is never secure. The kill is only the start, and the next battle is with gravity itself. On the savannah, even victory is temporary. The leopard's kill draws the wild dogs first. Relentless, disciplined, a pack that hunts as one. Now, the leopard faces a new enemy, those who thrive on the labor of others. The wild dogs arrive, a chorus of teeth and noise, circling, pressing, relentless. They do not hunt here, they take. The leopard does not fear them, but it knows the cost of fighting a pack. But triumph here never lasts. The commotion summons another rival, hyenas. Suddenly the thieves become the threatened, the victors, the dispossessed, and the leopard who earned the prize hid in the high branches. A meal can be found again. A life cannot, because in this land, strength is measured not only in muscle, but in knowing when to yield. Legacy forged from blood, and that wisdom is not born out of thin air. It is a legacy forged in pain, inscribed in blood, and passed down from the first breath of life. At birth, they are no larger than a squirrel eyes, sealed their bodies cloaked in only the thinnest layer of fur. For nearly 10 days, their world remains sealed in darkness until the first cracks of dim light appear. Yet it takes nearly a month more before their sight clears enough to truly see. For weeks, their world is muted. Existence is reduced to hunger, warmth, and the steady rhythm of their mother's breath. But even here in the hush of a hidden den, danger waits. the mother must leave to hunt. Each absence is a risk. Hyenas, lions, even rival leopards would kill the cubs without hesitation. She hides them well beneath rocks within hollow logs in the densest thickets she can find. When she returns, there is no comfort, only nourishment. For in this world, survival is the truest form of affection. Weeks pass. Their eyes open, and they take their first unsteady steps. The world sharpens shadows, turn to shapes, sounds to meaning, sense to pathways. Instinct stirs. Guiding each hesitant movement toward survival. But instinct alone is not enough. By the second or third month, the den can no longer contain their growing bodies. The vast savanna beckons, and with it, the first lessons of survival. The mother begins to move them, changing dens frequently to throw off predators. The cubs follow clumsily, learning through repetition where to step, what to smell, when to freeze. Their first taste of meat is not a reward. It is a lesson. She drags back a kill and settles into the shade, her flanks rising and falling with exhaustion. The cubs, eager and wide-eyed, lunged at their prey, tiny claws and teeth tearing at the flesh. Their mother does not intervene. She simply watches, letting them face what it means to take life for themselves. It's up to them now. This is their rite of passage, understanding that to eat is to end. That mercy is not a trait passed down. It must be unlearned. As they grow stronger, their games turn rougher. Ambushes in tall grass, stealth attacks on siblings. Each tumble and yelp becomes a rehearsal for survival. Their mother watches, correcting only when needed. A swipe, a growl, a firm hold at the scruff. She is not cruel. She is precise. When they begin to follow her on hunts, they are shadows trailing a master. She slows for them, lets them observe, waits for the wind to shift. She teaches them to disappear, but she will not wait forever. One day she will leave, and if she has done her job, if they've absorbed every silent lesson carved in flesh and fear, then they will not follow. They will stay behind alone, and the cycle will begin again. Early life lessons. The vicious cycle had begun. Now the lesson no longer came from the mother. It came from failure, from hunger, and from the prey itself. For a young leopard, the shift from shadowing to striking is as brutal as it is necessary. Around 8 to 12 months old, they begin their first solo attempts. The targets are modest: scrub hares, small birds, perhaps a stray catfish pulled from the shallows. Even then, every movement is clumsy. Every pounce is half a second too late. But luck and surprise favor the beginner. At this stage, their success rate can be deceptively high, sometimes reaching 60%. But when they set their sights on more formidable prey, the truth comes swiftly and violently. Impala. Agile, alert, and bred by generations of pursuit, they are the ultimate test of precision. A single hoofbeat can shatter an hour of stalking. And when the chase begins, the odds shrink. The leopard's success rate drops to around 30 or 40%. It's a brutal arithmetic. Most attempts end in nothing but exhaustion. Warthogs bring a different lesson, one that teaches pain. They are not fast, but they are fierce. Armed with razor tusks and unpredictable fury, they turn hunting into a high-risk calculation. For a young leopard without experience, a warthog isn't prey, it's a gamble. One wrong angle, one misread of movement, and the cost is blood. Failure in this world is not shame. It is instruction. It humbles. It hardens. It rewrites reflexes in muscle and bone. Each failed hunt burns a truth into memory. Survival is not given, it is earned. Claw by claw, scar by scar. If this journey into the hidden world of the leopard has left its mark on you, share your thoughts. In the comments below, we'd love to hear how it moved you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Wildeyes for more untamed stories from the heart of the wild. Every comment helps us keep these voices of the wild alive.